whatever it is, and they're just like, "Would you like cheese on that?" It's like, no, I don't want cheese on my burger.
Well, some people don't like cheese.
So dumb.
No, the even more
It
annoying
should be.
part,
It should
no.
be. Can I get a number one
Without cheese.
without cheese? Cheese should never be a question.
not-
Alrighty, we'll ignore all the without all the rambling, right? We'll just get into it now. What we're gonna do today. So, I guess welcome back. You want to go ahead and pose the question that we're gonna do this week?
Yeah, so not too much of a question, but we did see this past week Xbox announce that they're selling now like a special edition controller, which is like I believe it's 100% recyclable or made of old CDs and old controllers and things like that. It's unique, comes with a rechargeable battery, and it's like $85. So when I saw that, I'm like, maybe we can go over our unique controller collection, either expensive or just unique, on the channel. So
Are you gonna buy one?
Yes. That's for $85. It's kind of expensive, but it does come with the battery. I think it does come with I think it's recharged by USB-C. But I figured, it looks cool. Add that to the collection. Anytime it's actual special edition and not just a color variant that you can find everywhere, I kind of feel like we.
Now, do you
we try
care
and-
that's 100% recyclable? Because I feel like I can care less about that.
No, it's more of it's unique, right?
Okay.
Who knows how many they're going to make, and especially at that price point, I can't see too many people buying it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. Who cares about the next generation, right? I don't care about.
I
recycling.
mean,
I don't throw anything away, so my controller, if it's broken, I'm just hanging on to it.
yeah, but I think with seeing that, I mean, let me get back to where we were. With seeing that, I'm like, well, let's talk about our unique controller collection. I know I have
Okay.
a rather large one.
Mine's
I do too, but but a lot of them are just repeats. So I
Yeah.
just brought one that you told me to grab.
Yeah, because the one you have, I don't for sure want. Jared, you have a handful. You have two that I don't have, and I really would like. I think one of them I sold to you, actually, right?
Christmas gift, I think.
No, I think you sold it to me.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, the one was a Christmas gift. One I sold to you with the box, and you got rid of the box, and I'm very
No,
upset
the
about
box
it.
is over there.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
But I'll start because I have quite a few over here,
Okay.
and I'm going to start with my PS4 collection. It's a rather small collection. I'm not a big PS4 guy, but I do have one that I like. Any guesses?
God of War.
I don't know anything about what their special edition controls are, so I don't know.
So, it's for a game that I think actually bombed or didn't do too well.
Oh, wait. The order?
No, it's The Last of Us Part 2 Collector's Edition controller
I think
here.
that game
so
did pretty good.
it
didn't
did well, but I think
It wasn't
people didn't like the
received
story. I
very
think.
well.
Right,
So
yeah.
all of my special edition controllers are open. Maybe we can show them. Oops, sorry. Oh, there goes the box. After, but
yeah.
the main thing here on The Last of Us Part 2 one is, you know how on the PlayStation controllers they have that little like touchpad in the middle? I'm not quite sure what it's even used for because I don't play a lot of PlayStation. It just says The Last of Us Part 2. It's in a nice gray. And I wasn't able to get the game in like a collector's edition, but I was able to get
Yeah, that's cool.
this. And it's the only PlayStation collector's edition controller that I even have. So I'm like, hey, let's bring that and throw that out there. Most of what I have is Switch and Xbox.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, just looking at that, the Xbox has a better box.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, it just opens.
What I don't like about these
That was
boxes
cheap.
is once you take off the silver sticker, it you can always tell it's open.
Yeah.
And I mean,
Yeah.
I guess that's cool. You're never going to buy a used one and think it was sealed, but
I think
still,
that's the point, yeah.
yeah, it's for collector. If you ever open it, it's kind of ugly.
Yeah.
Did you want me to keep going, or you want to hit us with
How
something?
many?
I got like 20 of them.
I'll
Yeah,
hit you with
just-
one, and then you can just start going.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna go with something easy. This one came with this is the Halo Series X one.
Oh,
Came with
nice.
the new console.
Yeah.
Never used it. I mean, I barely even touched this thing because it's so nice. I don't want to like break it because I get really mad and squeeze the control a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're a
And-
squeezer. I'm
yeah,
a thrower.
Yeah, he throws. I squeeze it
sounded-
and want to break it. That sounded bad. But I like this one because on the back, I think you have one, but on the actually you do. It says celebrating 20 years. And it's like
Yeah.
It's got
Master
Chief
Chief.
there,
You guys
yeah.
probably can't see that, but on there. But we'll do some B-roll or somebody will. Pretty nice design.
Yeah. Some
You-
gold
that-
accents.
This
and
is the
stuff on
best
it.
control, minus the Dreamcast control. This is probably the best feel design. It's just perfect.
Yeah, I like the Xbox, and I mean, obviously, it's because I probably play it the most, but that's probably the one where when I just think of a remote and you grab it in your hands, like everything just feels like it's in the right
Well, even
place.
the you know it's the best because even the Switch Pro control, they kind of try to copy the design. The same thing with the I think the Stadia was kind of the same design that nobody's ever played.
Yeah. I mean, there's only so much you can do with a.
No, but I mean
controller
compared to that, that's
design.
completely different design.
Yeah.
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 Well, I just like the D-pad
Yeah, the D-pad's
being
nice.
below, right?
Yeah, they're not.
Why do
even.
you ever use it?
No, because like on a
do.
PlayStation controller, right? Like your fingers are here. And then to use the D-pad, it's like the way the controller's formed. I feel like I
Yeah.
have to reach over. Whereas on an Xbox One, when your hands are already set like this, for me, it's very easy to come down.
Well, so even
Because
PlayStation. I know a lot of people that play.
like feels weird.
I know a
with
lot
your
of people
thumb.
that play
I don't know.
PlayStation, and whatever, and they prefer PlayStation. Then they would even admit like this is a better control.
I mean, it's
superb design,
personal
for sure.
preference, but I tend to agree with
Well,
you.
there's a reason why when even people that play PC and they play PC and they use control, they don't use that.
No, there are
use
people that
that.
use the
Most people
DualSense.
use
There are
that.
people that use PS4. I don't know. I've never polled everyone, but I think more people would lean towards the
Yeah.
Xbox One. But yeah, there's really no wrong answer though. Like whatever's comfortable
whatever
to
you
you.
like, yeah.
I mean, but we didn't grow up with PlayStation as much as we did Xbox. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But what I like about the Xbox the most is that when they had the Duke and they realized, hey, this is too big, they were able to quickly
Yeah.
adjust
Yeah.
and then make some of the
I
greatest
like the
controllers
Duke.
of all time.
I like the Duke.
Yeah, I got a couple behind me.
The Duke was awesome,
Yeah.
dude.
I love the Duke.
You
but
can get
what
it
I'm
at
saying
thrift store
is,
for like $5 sometimes.
Why don't
you
you
see?
explain what the Duke is actually?
Well, we'll explain it in a bit.
oh, okay. I'll hit you with a couple Switch ones
just
because I
start
have those
hitting
ones
it.
here. So, the first one I have here is a N64 controller for the Switch. So this one you can only get if you're a Nintendo Switch Online member.
awesome, dude.
And then they sell out very quickly. I think it's like $50, but it's literally the gray N64 controller. I'm never opening this bad boy, even though when I'm playing like Super Mario 64, it'd be nicer to use this.
Now, is it? I know it's probably as a steel. I'm not even gonna ask a dumb question.
It's sealed. I've never opened
No,
it.
no,
but-
because I was gonna say it has not a cord to it, but obviously
No,
everything on the
it's
Switch,
wireless.
everything on the Switch is wireless anyway, so it's a dumb question.
I think you can use a USB charging cable. It says here, but
Okay.
yeah, it is wireless.
I have a Switch controller that I didn't open. It looks kind of like the GameCube one, which I like. So
yeah,
it makes sense.
Yeah,
Now I wonder if that's the exact same feel as a Nintendo 64.
it is.
It should be because it's Nintendo, right?
Literally, even if you look, the stick height
Yeah,
is
that's
still
amazing,
high.
dude.
You know how they make some of the repros that are a little lower.
Yeah.
But
So if you never can get a brand new Nintendo 64 controller, you always want to see what it look like. There's like that.
the only difference I think on this one is, the back where there's an opening. I
Yeah.
think it's sealed.
Oh,
where
okay,
you used to
with
put
the
the
rumble
memory
pack?
card of the
Yeah.
rumble.
Yeah.
I think it's sealed. I don't know if there is
And it's wireless.
built-in
of course.
rumble on this or not. I never really looked.
Hideous remote.
But yeah.
Somebody okayed that design.
Yeah, it's
that's
a
pretty
it's a
bad.
great control though.
It works once you get used to it, but I mean, it's talk about
Just think about the,
the
games.
D-pad. Now you're like, which way do I?
Well, you just bitched about not being able to touch
Well,
a D-pad
yeah.
easily.
To me,
Really this.
when I look at controllers, it's just maybe just me. It brings back memories of the games I was
Wave
playing
race.
with those controllers.
Yeah.
So if you
Oh,
think of that
definitely.
controller, right away you think of a game you're playing.
For
with
me,
that
it's
controller.
Mario 64 and then the C buttons to change the camera.
Yeah.
And then I think of Mario Party and using your palm
Oh, yeah.
to turn that
To
stupid
destroy
thing.
your
like
hand.
like even going to PlayStation 2 or whatever, or even the original.
Yeah, technically.
Is the Medal of Honor? I did the two top buttons. I use them to shift around the corner, to peek around the
strafe,
corner.
Yeah.
And so that when I think of that controller, I play that game a lot.
So do they only come in gray?
Yes, they only came in gray.
Okay. Well, that's the original colors, right?
Yeah.
The other one I have here for Switch, and I have a handful, but the other one I have is the Super Nintendo
Yeah.
version. So also for Switch Online members, it's a Super Nintendo controller, spot on wireless, because they do have on Switch Online, they have N64, they have Super Nintendo, regular Nintendo, Game Boy, and Game Boy Advance, I think. So what's cool is you can use these controllers playing those old games, and even though they're emulation, you'd feel like
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
playing
Now,
them
do you
again,
think
so.
they fixed the select button where it won't fall in with our controller?
I would hope so.
You know, I have some of those by they're obviously not Super Nintendo. Or I mean, I do have the Super Nintendo one, but it's the wireless one for the Mini.
Yeah.
Oh,
They
yeah.
made those wireless ones, and then I have a couple of Switch controllers, like the 8-bit Do or
Oh, yeah.
8-bit Do, whatever
Yeah.
those. Those are really nice too because they look retro or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, and then I bought you one for Christmas. I don't think you ever even used it.
No, I gave it back. It wouldn't connect to the Switch. Remember?
Oh,
That's right.
It
I
only
don't-
connected to
well,
PC.
I don't even know where that's at. Something. Just keep
I
going.
got two more Switch ones, and then then Jared, you can hit us with another one. The next one I have here is the Zelda Joy-Cons. I consider this a controller, right? Because it controls.
It's
your
definitely a
hand.
controller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this I thought was going to be super super limited. Now they're kind of everywhere.
Now, is
I
that
was all
for
excited.
which Zelda is that for?
This was for Skyward Sword
Okay.
HD. So there's that. And then
Now,
the,
what'd that cost?
whatever Joy-Cons cost.
I don't know. I have no idea.
$79, something like that.
Wow.
And then the other one I have is a Monster Hunter Rise Pro controller.
Okay.
And to your point, it is very Xboxy shape wise. I also had the Splatoon 3 one, but we covered that in another video, so I wasn't going to rehash it. But it's a Monster Hunter game controller. So those are the four
For the Switch.
for the Switch that I brought with me today, and I don't know what any of them go for exactly, but I do know the N64 one.
Those are gonna be way
I
more
think
to
sell
work.
for over 100.
And you
now.
you have to have online for that.
You have to have a Switch Online account, and then you have to get on when they have them, and then they sell.
Okay,
out
so
rather
what are
quickly.
they going for if you checked on eBay? Are people jacking the price up because they're hard to
I
get?
want to say they're over like 100, 100 something. I can look, or producer Rich, if you could look that up. It's the
Yeah.
N64 controller for the Switch.
Okay, I'll check it out right
Because
now.
I feel like that's something because especially Nintendo, people will kill for Nintendo.
Well, the one
product.
I don't have that I haven't bought, and it's actually a fair price. It's $49.99. Is the NES controllers for the
original.
Switch Online? It comes in a 2-pack, and that's the same price as these one. I think this was 50. This might have been 35, but I just don't have it because I haven't dropped $50 on it.
Yeah.
But it's a 2-pack for $50, and it looks like the regular NES, the, original
Yeah.
Square NES.
The one that
controllers.
would poke your hands.
Hmm.
All right, Jared,
Now,
you're up.
Real quick. It says wireless 64 controller, but it's not that expensive. But then it says wireless 64 online controller.
So there's probably because
The online looks like your box. that you have
it'd
on
be the only
table.
one. It'd be the only
Yeah,
one.
because the other one's like 30 and
No,
Yeah.
that's probably made by Hori, or maybe not Hori, but you know how I have
Mad
one of those for
Catz.
my
don't exist
for my
anymore.
N64 for my real N64.
So, okay, yeah. So 64 online controller, Switch wireless official. It is 109.69.
Yeah,
and
that's
and
about
you
right.
spent like 300 on it, so
No,
didn't hold its value.
Well, it says sealed from what I can see on price charting. Sealed, it's going for 140.
Yeah, 124.
So yeah,
It's over a bill.
I think it was like I think it's $50.
Have
when
you
I
ever
bought it.
bought anything and try to scan it on that Game Eye app and it doesn't even pop up?
Yeah, Resident Evil that way.
Well, the NBA 2K20, the Mamba one for Series X, still not on there.
Yeah,
I don't get it.
Maybe never will be.
Probably won't.
Go for it.
Okay.
You're up.
That's weird.
So one of them I have in box, the other one I don't.
Okay.
I got the Gears of War 4 JD Phoenix
Nice.
edition.
Okay.
I want to say when I looked, I think they were going for like $50, 50, $55. I got this for I think 20 because the guy who was selling it was just because he got a new control. He used it for PC, so he was gonna use a different control. He didn't really use this very much, so he's like, I just want to get rid of it.
Okay.
And I was like, even if it's broken, it doesn't work. I'm only spending $20 compared to 55, and it works.
Yeah.
I mean, it has a little nicks here and there because it was definitely used, but this is a nice control.
Yeah.
I mean, I try to get the main ones obviously because they have special editions like the Cyberpunk. That's not really their game, so I really don't care. If I can get it for a good price, maybe. But they're exclusive games. I like to get their controls. So like Sea of Thieves, which I don't have, I got to get eventually, or Gears of War, Halo ones.
I have the Gears of War. I have the Gears of War, the red one.
Yes,
and it's
that
got the
one's pretty- that
scratches
one's
going
kinda
across the
expensive.
top. Yeah, but it's got major stick drift because
Yeah.
I used it. you
So
know, it's
all the
just-
ones, Halo. I think they have the Forza one, Horizon.
Oh yeah.
They have that control. So any of the Microsoft, the Xbox exclusives, I'm gonna always try to get. Unfortunately, because they are the exclusive ones, they can be a little pricey,
Yeah.
even without the box. But that's when I was looking at this and I got.
I like
$20.
that one because it's blue and gray. I didn't care for the Gears 4 one, the all red. I didn't like that one as much as this.
I think that one is considered Marcus Phoenix edition. I think.
From
Not
so
too
here's what I can tell. That one you have in your hand, Jared, the JD Phoenix one,
Yeah.
is $72 loose going for.
Yeah.
The regular Gears 4 one is like $50 loose, and it just says Gears of War 4. So yours is actually pretty damn
That's why I
expensive.
jumped
That's
all
a
over. 'Cause-
360 on the right.
That's
right?
why I
Yeah.
jumped all over because the guy was. It's like he knew what he had, but he didn't really care. He just wanted to get rid of it.
Yeah, I
Dude,
wonder
there
what
was a
he's-
Gears of 4 Elite controller. I didn't know that.
Yeah, you have
Oh,
to be
yeah.
on top of all that stuff
That's
because I mean,
wild.
it could pass you by real
Those
quick.
things go for $300 now.
Wow.
Dude,
Well-
that's a nice looking controller.
I mean, I can't say I prefer Gears of War over Halo, but
I sure as hell don't. But
no, I can't say that I do. But I mean, I have more of their controls because it's just easier, more accessible. You can get them easier, you know. The Halo one, I think they have Halo 5 Guardians. I think that one's pretty expensive because I was looking at it. It's
yeah, I don't
pretty
remember.
pricey.
Yeah, I thought Gears of War over Halo. I think I like Gears of War, the original Gears of War online better than the original Halo or Halo 2. But then like as like just full on story Halo. Is
Yeah,
just
I mean, you can't go
better,
wrong with
yeah.
either one. If you're gonna play,
I mean, Master Chief would kick their ass. Like,
well, yeah, he's.
Well, they
better
do
than all of
have,
them.
but they
They're more
could chainsaw through his.
well, no,
suit.
they're more like normal. They're more like normal guys. He's,
They're in space, dude.
Did you have something?
No.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought you did. Okay, I'll go with my my Xbox collection now, then, Jared. Unless you want to finish.
No,
yours
that's
up.
fine. You go
Here we go. So I'm gonna hit you with a heavy hitter. The Sea of Thieves wireless controller. This is like my pride and joy. I did pay a pretty penny. I think I paid like $200 for it. But again, it's open. Take a look at it, dude. It's never been
that's
used.
nice.
The only thing that I took out of it was
Just the controller.
no, he took out
The
the
code or something.
code for the.
Oh, that's nice. I like the way
Whatever,
the two different triggers are like
Yeah,
different
what's
colors.
because I mean that's the type of thing that I'm eventually because wouldn't spend a couple $100s on just one item, but this particular one I probably would because I wanted this from when I first saw it was released. I wanted it.
It's come down a lot now. I want to say at one point it was closer to like $300 sealed, and now it's like $200.
Well,
It's nothing too
this
crazy.
is I don't care a lot. Of
Not
people
sealed.
say-
I'm not loose.
A lot of
or
people
in a
talk
box.
this and that. This is an amazing game.
Well, I don't even care about the
Yeah.
game as much as I love the
It's
controller.
an amazing
Like,
game. I mean, the graphics are freaking fantastic.
Some of the best water graphics.
The
I've
water.
ever
I mean, just
seen.
when you jump in the water and you're just floating, you can actually feel like you're there because the way the waves. It's an amazing game. It really is. I mean, I know
Yeah.
it started off struggling because it didn't have a lot of content. I enjoyed it from the beginning.
I think we played it day one. Remember
and
we all
and
read
the
it?
thing is,
Yeah.
this is not, shilling for Microsoft, but their cloud, Project X Cloud, whatever it's called, you can stream this and play. You can't even tell. It's like you're.
It's still better than when it first launched because that was ugly when it first launched. The first couple days when we
Oh no, I'm
played it.
talking about now.
It was hard to get.
yeah.
in
No, I mean
servers
because I
and
played
stuff.
with Dreamlight and Dreamlight Dave, and then his brother, our other cousin Sean. We played, and you couldn't even tell. It was like I forgot after a while that we were just streaming it. We didn't
Yeah,
even
it's
download it.
it's a fun game.
But it's
for
an
sure.
amazing, it's
beautiful
an amazing,
looking.
it's a family game, dude.
They got some prices here that are pretty crazy. If it's sealed, this one says it's sealed. I guess it's
Sealed is like $700.
Ferryman DLC. That just means what's in it, right?
Yeah.
But you get that free.
1,500
That's wild.
on eBay, and then lower here there's another one. It says Sea of Thieves Xbox One controller plus the Ferryman DLC, brand new, unopened, 3,000.
That's what they're asking.
what is-
According to what I saw,
I'm just saying
they're
it's a
selling
big
for
sales.
around 6-7.
I want you to do us me a favor. Go to one that's actually open.
Okay.
That's using doesn't have to have the DLC because that comes free with the game.
No DLC.
What is it? Go for it.
open.
No, the DLC is
The Ferryman thing.
no. There's a special one just for this.
There's
for
no
the
DLC.
controller.
Microsoft Xbox One. Sea of Thieves controller open. Limited edition.
Anyway, I'm gonna go
250,
further.
251 and 11.
I might just have to pull the trigger.
So about 300
No,
bucks.
I don't think you have to.
The next one here I'm gonna pull out here is the Space Jam Xbox controller. Now, not super limited. They actually had quite a few of these. They had 4 different
Nice.
variants.
Heard that
I
game's-
got the Toon Squad. The movie was horrible.
Heard the movie started,
But I got the Toon Squad one, and if you guys want to pass that down, just because I liked the looks of it. They're all open. Feel free to take a look.
just a better box, dude.
I loved the look
It's
of
a
this
nice
one.
look. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
I
nice.
like that.
Never touched it, never used it. Just I like to open them and just hold them in my hands.
Now, do you let Benjamin even touch these?
No, these are high up on a shelf.
Okay.
They're untouchable. I have to get on a little step stool just to
Because
reach
that
them.
is something he would definitely do.
But you can pass it to him if he wants to look at it. But
That's nice,
I like
dude.
that one. I think that one, if I'm not mistaken, it's not nearly as expensive. It goes for like $80.
Yeah.
And again, all of mine are complete in box, so they're not sealed. I'm not giving you sealed prices because I open them all and look at them.
Yeah.
And I've actually used one of the ones that we're gonna
See,
show
the box
here.
thing doesn't matter to me anyway, because there's going to be a point where eventually, somehow in here, when I say we, I mean him, he's going to make something so we can
Oh, you
actually.
can display them.
Yeah, so the box doesn't matter to me.
Yeah. So the only thing you're just the seal is broke, but everything else is.
Yeah.
yeah.
The other one I'm going to break out here. This is one I was talking to you guys about a couple weeks ago. It's the Elite Series 2, but it's the Core Edition. So
Yeah.
it's the white one, and it doesn't come with that really nice case that you can kind of charge through, or any of the backing paddles or any of those, whatever you want to call those, or anything all that spectacular, to be honest. But Jared, have you ever held one of these in your hand?
hmm I held
Good
one when he
God,
first got
they're
one.
amazing. Like once you use it, you can't.
It makes the other ones
You,
feel
you,
really
you
cheap.
literally can't use the other ones. Like they're insanely.
Yeah.
Nice.
I don't like that D-pad though. I switch it out for the
I
just the
don't
generic
have anything
one.
to switch it out with because I got the core.
Yeah.
But go ahead and take a look at that one too, Jared, if you want.
Yeah, the weight is really something.
So that one, like I
These
said,
are
I got a
nice.
good deal
like
on
you
that
said,
one.
These are all magnetized.
No, I thought
so
I
they
heard
just pop off.
Sony's making their kind of
Sony
their
has
elite,
one.
their elite one now, right?
Yeah, I don't know what it's called. I don't remember what it's called. It's still as ugly as the PS5 one.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
But it is. It
I
is.
like the
I mean, if you
two-tone.
like, but if you play PlayStation, you're welcome here.
Of course.
You're welcome here. We don't judge.
Let me pass it down that way. Now, I didn't really pay too much attention to what the difference was of the core and the non-core.
Nice, dude.
And for the price that I got it for, I'm happy with it.
It's like
but I
$150,
do.
right?
That one I got for like
Yeah.
$80 because I
nice.
got the Verizon deal. But they have a nice
nice.
case to them that you don't see on like many other things. And the
Even
fact
the
that you can
box,
charge
bro.
through them is
Even the
really,
box
really
is
cool.
like nice.
all right. The next one here is the what is this? The 20th anniversary Xbox controller. So this one came out in 2001. I opened this one as well just to look at it. Never played it, but I love. They went super, to me anyway, super retro. Reminds me of the old N64, the
See-through
colorways
plastic,
they had
yeah.
with the see-through, and I love the rubberized grips on all these things. Like they're just, it's second to none, man. But I love this one the most. And again, I thought this was gonna be super limited, but
You had
probably-
at Target. I went
probably-
to Target recently.
I
had
thought they
still
were
had-
gonna
No,
be
I'm saying that. I went to Target. They still had some.
what I love is the X
Like the
on the
old school
Xbox
one.
there, how it's not see-through. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
very prominent. But if you want to take a look at that bad boy, and I only have one more, so I'll hit you with it now. Sorry, I thought you were dropping it. And this is probably my favorite one, just because I love the splash of color on this thing. And I actually did use this one when the game came out originally, and it's the Forza Horizon 5
Oh,
controller.
nice,
And dude, like, just look at this thing.
That's
Like,
nice, dude.
first off, it feels like a steering wheel
That's a
on the
great
back.
game, dude.
yeah.
The controller
Like
handles,
Alcantara type feeling.
and then the triggers, the color. That, you know me, I like the purple and the blue and the pinks. It's such a beautiful controller, and the feel in your hand too. If you want to get
So
your
all
hands on
these
that one.
Xbox ones, these are official Xbox.
These
ones.
are. I don't buy anything that's not official. I'm not a big fan
Well,
of
if you're
third
gonna
party.
if you're gonna buy a third party anything for Xbox control wise, PowerA.
Well, I saw.
I'm not a big.
No, I'm saying if you
Yeah.
have to
I
because
saw
they make some good stuff.
With the new Forza coming out, they have a Thrustmaster is making one. That's
controller?
That's a controller that's
Yeah.
custom for the game.
Yeah,
So
I'm
that-
not a big.
So that might be neat just for the game itself.
For
but-
me, as a collector, I want like first party stuff from
Yeah.
any of them. If I do buy PDP or PowerA or any of those, I use those. Those are
Right.
the ones I use, especially for
Yeah.
my Switch.
So-
yeah.
I use
on,
them all.
on some of the controls. I guess on maybe like the PowerA ones or whatever. There's a button to stop your trigger from working.
It's called a hair trigger.
No, I don't know what it was. There's a button
Okay.
or something because I was playing, what do you call it? Dead Island, the first one, because the new second one's coming out. We're gonna get that. I was playing with Sean, and you have to use a trigger to attack. And he said he couldn't attack, and I'm like, dude, use a trigger. I'm doing it right now. He didn't realize
He's
there's
probably using an Elite
he
controller.
was using some knockoff brand. He said there's a little button that was blocking it was making his trigger not work. He had to flip it on.
Huh.
I don't know what he was even talking about, or he was just making it up. 'cause
Yeah, the only thing I could think of is maybe it's like a, you know, how some controllers have like a turbo mode to maybe
Yeah, I
like
don't
you
know what
hold
he's
the trigger,
talking
maybe
about.
then you can like click that, so that way if it's like a space shooter or
I don't
something, you
know.
don't have
He-
to.
he had
shit.
one-
No, it's Sean.
he,
Like,
had,
who knows?
he doesn't watch. No, he had one that was plugged in. It was a cord,
Oh God.
but he has a Series X, so at least he
Yeah.
has that.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess I should go, huh? The,
Yeah, go ahead.
the only thing that you told me to bring. So earlier, producer Rich, obviously you said let's talk about the Duke. So the Duke controller obviously was this Big Daddy. I don't know if you could see that there, but it was just basically this controller for the original Xbox, and it was just massive, right? It shouldn't have been. I was like, is it even in here? It shouldn't have been this big, but it was. Then obviously when it released in Japan, right, they complained that the controller was too large. So
Right there.
yeah, so if you have, you know, the original Xbox when it came out, you have this big wired control, and it's just completely massive. So they did I don't even know what you would call it, like an anniversary edition that was wireless, and this middle part here, like you can push it in. When you push it in, it just shows the original Xbox logo, and it is wired. That's one thing about this. I believe it's USB-C.
Yeah, and it is made by Hyperkin,
Hyperkin
right?
makes some good
Yeah.
stuff.
So I mean, it's not like Microsoft official, right? I'm assuming they
Well,
would
it's-
have
it's licensed,
yeah, it's
but it's
licensed,
not
but
made
it's
by
not
them.
made by Microsoft, and it does have, although it is the Duke, it's way lighter, right? That one is a lot heavier. Yeah,
So
we
let's see
can
how it
compare
matches
it.
up.
Yeah, that's an original right there. So that's what it's.
So
That's
you
the
can
one that
kinda
came with the
see-
console, yeah.
Now this one, like I said, they both have a control. Like this one has a wire that you plug in, it goes into
Right.
the console. But I think you got this for me for Christmas or something.
Yeah, a few years back.
The for
Can you
some
put-
reason the
see the
cord
trigger?
is not in there. I
is it
don't- yeah.
is it a proprietary or is it USB-C?
It's just a generic.
Okay.
Yeah, like I mean, I'm sure it's any
Dude,
of
this
them.
control is not. I don't care what you guys say. This is a nice controller.
I did use it one time. Like I said, it's more nostalgic if anything, because you hit that middle thing, and the original Xbox it does that startup.
now,
Yeah, it's
what
like
does this
womp,
thing
womp,
run
womp,
for
womp,
now?
womp.
You think?
No idea.
I can.
I'm gonna send it over.
Here, pass it over to the producer back there.
Hyperkin.
The Hyperkin one.
Hyperkin
Hyperkin
Duke.
Duke.
It's the see-through
I don't
green.
know what the other ones are going for as well.
Yeah, and yeah, I mean, I did use it once, and after you hit that middle button once, it kind of just cycles through that. It's kind of like
You know, they made a
it's like
purple
whatever.
one too, and it was a Cortana one.
Really?
Yeah, of
Probably
a
worth-
Duke.
Probably more money, huh?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Well, that's Brad's favorite character of any video game is Cortana.
Definitely not.
Cortana's cool.
She's cool.
No, my favorite character in any video game. I feel like I already answered that.
Yoshi,
Isn't it Yoshi? Yeah.
because he's like a dog.
What do you got, Jared? You got a couple more?
I got 2 more. Now the one I'm gonna pull out, I have the box, but it's in the other room, and I don't feel like pulling it out. Just
Just show the box. Yeah, that's
It's
fine.
Yeah, no, I don't have the box.
Oh, you're saying you don't have the box?
I have the
yeah.
box in the other room,
Oh,
so I
got
took it
it.
out. I have the Kate Diaz Gears.
Oh,
Gears
nice.
fi-
So
That's
these,
a
Gears-
good looking
so these
controller.
kinda go
Gears
together
5, yeah.
then.
So this is Gears 4. This is Gears of War 4. This is Gears 5. This is
Nice.
when the Kate Diaz is the main character in this one.
Good game, by the way.
Richard bought this.
I got it from a guy off of OfferUp,
Yeah, and then you sold it to me for like the same price.
and it was sealed. Like I was like, dude, that's awesome.
Yeah,
I was gonna open it, but I'm like, the fact that nobody's grimy hands have ever touched it.
I barely touched this thing.
Yeah,
This thing is
he's over there. I haven't touched
he
it.
has slimy hands. Remember? This thing is awesome. It's supposed to be more like the snow because I don't know if any of you guys played Gears 5.
Yeah.
It's more in the snow. So that's what it's kind of looking because they have a console as well
Yeah,
that when you turn it on, it has like the ice
I
breaks.
don't know
and-
why I did that. Yeah, that was creepy.
I think that one's still going for $350 or something. I looked recently.
the console.
The console's still
Yeah.
pretty
It was
expensive.
it was a 1X.
1X. That's something I'm going to eventually try to get, but I had to get this one because this is a great game. I like every single game they made, and Kate Diaz is a good character. You don't feel like she's kind of just there. She's actually a really good character. So I was
She
like-
makes sense.
She
right,
does.
yeah.
She matches it. She matches part of it. You know, she patches exactly. She's not overly tough, but she's not weak. She's not.
Yeah.
JD's still stronger. But there's a part of the game that at the very end you have to do something, and I don't think you like it. But you have to pick between something. But anyways,
Yeah, let's not spoil it.
this control, I don't think I'm ever gonna use it because I don't want to mess it up. But
Yeah.
this is an Xbox One control because this is not X Series X. This is Xbox One. You can always
Yeah.
tell with a D-pad.
Yeah.
But
What
I'm
else?
definitely not going to touch that one. Or use that.
Um,
I just use the basic Xbox One control. I have a black one. I don't even use any Series X controls. I don't want to.
What did you open it for? Or like, why is it? Where is the box?
The
I thought
box?
You had it
no, you
displayed
gave
with
it
the
to me,
box.
and it was already popped open.
Yeah, but
The
why
box,
did you?
Because we wanted to make a design where we're gonna hang him. We haven't got to it yet, so he
okay.
has a lot of the boxes for stuff that we open. We have it in the other room in the cabinet.
Okay.
So we still have the box, still perfect condition. But to save room, we pulled it out because we have. You can't see down there. We have a Marcus Phoenix pop. I think I have JD. Do I have JD down there?
I don't know, but that's what you
Yeah,
were.
they're down there.
That's
Yeah.
what you were displaying. Okay.
Yeah.
I have an idea. You know how people they hang beads down their door? You just hang controllers. Is that a bad idea?
So when you open the door, you just bang on them. Jesus Christ!
it's not a good idea. It's just an idea.
Hit us with
Yeah.
the next one,
Okay,
Jared.
so the last one I have.
Just imagine somebody walking in like, what the hell
I've
is
never
this?
opened this thing. I'm never gonna open this thing. I'm pulling you. Never gonna open this thing.
I opened mine.
I
no, I'm
play with
pulling
mine.
you with.
Yeah.
I'm pulling you like with your stuff you never opened. This is the Halo Infinite Elite Series 2 control. This thing is a beast.
It's nice.
You got this for me. Actually, sorry, Benjamin got it for me.
Yeah.
Him,
And Dreamlight.
Dreamlight. And one for he got one for you too. I don't know how
Yeah.
he knew. Like I don't know where he got the
He
money.
had my credit card information.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So your amazing son, our nephew, picked this up for us. But this thing is a beast. I'll always cherish this because you can't. Those are hard to get and they're very very expensive.
Well, I only opened mine 2 weeks ago for a short that we were doing, and man, I'm in love with it. Once you open it, you're even more impressed. I mean, when you can hold it, it's very heavy.
It's nice.
But
It's nice.
what I like about it the most, not the most, but it's sealed in 2 spots, unlike a lot of the maybe my other.
The only thing I did is I took the film
was
off of
too,
it. There's like
but-
a crappy little film they have. I took that off.
it was a plastic bag, little plastic.
Yeah,
bag
I took
around it.
that off because I want to
Yeah.
be able to see it, but I'm never ever gonna open that. I'm never gonna use it. It's gonna stay like that until the day I die. And if Benjamin wants to take it back, because he bought it, he can take it back.
Yeah, they're
But
really,
I'm
really
never.
nice.
I don't know what does that go for.
Creme de la creme right there.
Slide that in the front so people can see it.
I want to say at least a couple $100, right?
Easily, if the Series 2 remote's already probably $200.
265 is what
Yeah.
it's saying. Complete in box. Yours is sealed. 321.
Okay.
from
And
what I understood.
honestly, I've said before in the past, I don't care what any of these things are worth. It's because I'm never gonna sell it anyways. But it's just
Yeah.
the point of.
It's just nice to know.
It's the
yeah.
point that the
Nice.
best one of the best games that characters ever, all that stuff. And it's Microsoft, hard to get, can't open it.
Yeah. Alrighty, well, we do have a lot of controllers here, obviously, as you
gonna
can
vote on
tell.
this one?
So, do you guys want to? I mean, I don't even want to vote because I like all of them, but I think we should.
Yeah, for sure.
So
I mean,
maybe we start with
How about
producer
pick
Rich.
2 because there's so many. Pick your 2 favorite.
I feel like we should just do one. Do
Me
you,
too.
you think one or two?
I don't really care.
Do
Just
two.
pick what. Just tell us what you like. Like
Yeah. What's standing out to you the
Well,
most?
I would have to say because we have, the Xbox one, the Sea of Thieves one that we don't have, and that one is just awesome. The game is awesome. Great controller.
Which is it's down here.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can't see
Okay. Yeah, that's a good one, Jared. What do you think?
Definitely gonna go Sea of Thieves.
Wow, dude, you're just.
I mean, it's the best.
No, I
one,
told him
like
when it
is,
first
yeah.
came out. I told him, dude, I want this controller.
I think he actually told me he wanted it before I even had it, and
then
that
he
made
got
me
it.
want it even more.
And then we went to a game show, and a guy was selling one, remember? And he was sitting there. He's like $300. Like, dude, I want it so bad.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna go outside of Xbox. I'm gonna go to the N64 gray one. That's freaking awesome, dude. It literally looks just like original.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like you said, the original gray color
Yeah.
definitely is pretty cool. So I think we can just throw out the Joy Cons, right? Those are cool, but they're just. It's. I mean, they're
Hey,
Joy Cons.
Don't forget about the Duke, though.
It's not the
original
same.
Duke.
To be honest, if I had to pick one, I won't do it because we already all have it. But
Yeah.
to
Oh,
me, I feel
that's-
like that's the best one. But I actually like this.
The one that came with the console.
Yeah, the one that came with the console, right? Like I just feel like it matches the console and
It's
got
really
the 20th year on the back with Master Chief kind of just standing
Really nice
standing
looking.
over it. And if I had to pick a second one, I probably would do this one. The one
20th
that's
anniversary?
kind of the 20th anniversary, just not with the console. I like to see through and like you said, the way the Xbox button.
Okay.
What's sitting in there? The way
How
the
come-
Xbox button is actually just colored.
How come I only got one and you guys get to pick two?
I followed the rules. That's why.
You could just say whatever you like. So my favorite one, to be honest, is the Forza one. Like I love that controller more than anything. I just love
Well,
the
no,
this one
colors.
here.
Don't pick your own, though.
I know,
Oh.
but I'm just letting you know that's my favorite one. The one that you brought to the table that I would rather have, is the Kate Diaz.
Yeah, which you had originally.
But
Which is this one,
you
correct,
wanted
yeah.
it so bad. I was willing to give it to you for
Yeah.
what I got it for because you wanted it more than I did. But
Yeah.
there's a reason why I got it. I didn't get it to
nice,
sell
yeah.
it to you. I got it because I liked it and I wanted it. Just a beautiful controller. But most of these are. It's hard to pick. I mean, the ones I have at home, Cyberpunk. What's the other one?
Dude, we were gonna do a part 2.
No, we did it. We did
I'm
some
just
shorts on
kidding.
some of these, so I didn't want to bring all of them, but they're all unique and they're all really cool in their own ways. The Duke one's cool. That's why I bought it for you
Which
as
one?
well.
This one?
The original's it's just an original Duke. And you
Duke's
get those for
awesome.
$5.
It says Microsoft.
Yeah,
on
no.
them.
To be honest, the original ones they have major just joystick issues where they go
The
out.
old
very
chocolate
easy.
stain. Look at that chocolate in there. Jesus.
But yeah, the Duke one's cool too, but for sure.
Okay, so let's go negative then. Which one do you like the least?
I don't think there's anyone that's really bad.
I would go towards the Joy-Cons because
Me
I
too.
don't really get the Joy-Con thingy. I don't really understand him. For the price, it's awful expensive, but maybe it has a lot of stuff in
Well,
it.
I mean,
feel like it's
the one thing
expensive.
I'll say about the Joy-Cons you don't understand is when you buy a set of Joy-Cons, when you're playing a game, you have two controllers. You turn them sideways, and now two people can play. There's not a lot of other controllers you can go and buy, and you can.
But you said $85, huh?
I think it's like $79.
Oh,
Well, I mean, aren't these like 65 and it's one controller?
Yeah, I know, but I just
So-
feel like it's kind of pricey.
And it's also
that's why.
Nintendo, so it's pricey. So
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think we need to bash any of them. I mean,
No,
I think
but
they all bring something to the table.
if I were gonna bash bash my own, The Last of Us Part 2, I got all hype trained and I bought it and it's ugly and it's just normal looking controllers. As Last of Us
Now,
Part
have
2.
you ever thought about like flipping it? 'Cause
No.
You're not a PlayStation guy. Just kinda get rid of
No,
it?
I have it. I'll keep it.
Yeah.
But
Because I mean, what does that go for? Does somebody?
not a ton. I'm sure there's. I mean, honestly, I got mine like the day the game released, so they obviously weren't too hard to
Okay.
find.
yeah.
Yeah, that's my least. It's mine, and it's my least.
I mean, it's not a bad looking control. It's still a nice control.
It is just kind of it's just
not a
it doesn't
PlayStation guy, but-
there's nothing really that special about it though. Like you said, it just says The Last of Us Part 2 like on the little touch
Now,
screen
I'll go.
part.
One thing I do like about these controls better is that people get mad all the time. Well, they're not rechargeable. But the issue is, if that breaks, it's no good. These have batteries. You can use Duracell, or you can just battery charger by itself, and you can always replace that. But if that goes bad, you're out of
Is
control.
it Duracell or Energizer? They use Duracell.
They have a deal with Duracell. That's why
Yeah.
they use Duracell.
Interesting.
That's why they're a little bit cheaper as well.
That's why they're cheaper. So the thing is, if your battery pack, that
They
you have
also
extra
do a little.
dies-
To be fair, I have a PS5. That controller does things that an Xbox controller simply can't do.
Unnecessary thing.
So does a. I mean, he doesn't even game. When's the last time you've?
You don't need a rumble and
To
all
be,
that. This is not.
you don't need a
90s.
rumble. They all have
Yeah,
rumble.
they all rumble. I actually turned rumble off.
What's
because-
unique about it is the way they rumble and the things they do. They also, by the way, this is a random thing I just heard. They also just filed for a patent to make their controllers get warmer and colder.
Yeah, that's just not necessary.
which is weird.
It's expensive.
It's trying to become more immersive, and I applaud any game company that's doing that. And we should be
You should
happy
be happy
that you're
that they're
seeing those
doing
things
that,
because
yeah.
you know Xbox will eventually put them in. But I think the Joy-Cons do that already. Some of the stuff that the PlayStation 5 controllers do, anyways. Not obviously get hot and cold, but the types of rumble. That was the big thing. Remember, it's like a glass of ice.
Yeah,
that they were
but, I mean,
showing.
I played with it before, and I just don't see what they're talking about.
I don't think they even call it a rumble. Do they call it something different? Don't they?
Haptic
Yeah,
feedback.
haptic feedback. That's
I think they
probably-
all say.
I think it's just called in-game rumble. That's
I don't
You ever
know.
play long enough and your control's dying that literally the rumble will stop because it's trying to conserve power?
like I said, I
I've had
turn
it.
I
If you
turn
play
rumble
long enough,
off.
it is about to turn out. Your battery's about to die.
You turn rumble off?
I turn it off because it just runs battery.
Yeah, your battery will because you're low on batteries. It won't rumble anymore.
Do you recharge? You have rechargeable? Or you use the Duracell?
Well, if I play with the Elite, I play with it wired.
No, but what do you use batteries or do you use rechargeable batteries or what do you use? in the regular-
Rechargeable energizers, yeah.
Oh, okay.
That you can just.
I
'Cause
just
I have
bought
like
the power
a
pack,
eight. It's like a strip where you can put a bunch of them in, and I have like a lot of.
Oh, so you're not
rechargeable
using the pack
I have the
itself.
power A.
No, I don't like the packs because a lot of times when you buy the packs, it comes with a separate back that's a little larger,
Yeah, they do.
and it's just too much, and it adds weight to the controller that you don't really need.
Well,
especially
he's
on an Elite controller.
Richard. I don't know if you realize he is a pro gamer and Rainbow Six.
No, I'm an inspired by pro gamer. We talked about this earlier, but why don't we to the viewers, right? Like, why don't you guys go down there and vote and tell us which one your favorite is? I mean, obviously it's going to be the Duke. We already know that. I don't think it's going to be the Joy-Cons. Sorry. not to
I
bash
think
you.
you're severely
There's a lot of Nintendo.
You know what's funny?
underestimating.
The comments will probably be like, "Oh, shut up! The Joy-Cons are sick."
No, I think they'll like the N64 controller. Anything
This is-
Switch.
this is
anything
pretty
Switch, they'll
incredible,
probably
yeah.
like. And then I would guess Sea of Thieves because that's a
It's very hard to
you know
get.
people
You know
keep
what?
commenting
I'm
on that
actually
one.
going to open it back up. Do not sleep on the Toon Squad one. The colors on this are like super cool.
It's funny because I saw him at I think it was Target. I looked at him
Look
like,
at this.
eh,
No,
okay.
they never sold these.
Or
in
I
store,
saw it
don't
somewhere.
think.
Yeah, I did.
They
I saw
did?
I saw like a GameStop. I saw it somewhere. I'm like, I'm good.
Is that for the movie?
Yeah, it's for the LeBron James one
he had a
Space
game-
Jam.
he
There
had
were
a-
there were like 4, dude. There were 4, and this is the one I picked. I think Amazon had a bunch of them at one point. Yeah, again, it wasn't my favorite, but it's
But like,
cool.
see, look, I like to buy controls that stuff I like. I think like that we like.
Yeah.
Because the Toon Squad, I don't even like that movie. I don't even like the original one very much. So I'm not going to go out of the way and buy a control for
new
something
Space
I don't
Jam? Yeah.
like. You know,
If you didn't like the original Space Jam, you're an idiot. You know what? Add that to the list.
Add that, yeah, add that to the list of things. If you, it's getting.
If
kinda
you like
long.
Beyond Meat, if you drive an AMG, if you hated the first Space Jam,
What were the
and
other ones?
I don't remember.
GMC, you know.
I don't remember
I
what
think
they
it was
were.
GMC.
but- If you if you're all of those things though,
if you
don't
pee,
come back.
So
If,
if you're
you're a
one-
guy
but
and you
if you
pee
have-
when you sit down,
but if you have one of those things you do, or if you don't do,
then you're still allowed.
You're still-
yeah, you're allowed.
So
and
you
we
gotta
appreciate
so
you.
you have a huge chance of still sticking around because we want you around.
There's probably one guy out there right now like, oh
And we
crap.
keep naming one
I
thing. and he
can't
keeps
see
being on the
somebody
list.
driving an AMG eating Beyond Meat.
Yeah.
and
Oh, no,
not
I-
liking
They
the
are
first
the
Space
people.
Jam.
Those are
That's
the type of people who
impossible.
eat that
I
crap.
don't know if anybody driving an AMG is watching this show.
I don't know. I know one person at AMG.
Oh, yeah, you're
Where
right. They're
AMG.
probably at CrossFit
Yeah.
right now.
Oh, yeah.
Anyways,
Oh, we do
I think-
CrossFit. We do
yeah.
CrossFit. There you go.
I think that's going to conclude this episode. Once again, whether you're watching or you're listening, I'm sorry if you're listening because you're missing a lot of great content and some beautiful controls here. Most of that Rich Tendo brought. Obviously, Beret Jared brought a lot as
what is
well.
with
I don't
Beret
know, man.
Jared?
It's just I got to give you something. I brought the lovely Duke controller, but I think that's going to conclude it, and I guess we will see you next time.
You either have a car like a GT500 that's just like power, or the Dodge Challenger Demon.
I mean,
whatever
now we're
it is, power,
talking.
or you have electric car. There's no in between.
You can't. You
no.
can have.
No, you can't.
You can have.
No,
I
you
don't
can't.
think you've ever
Because
rode
they-
around in a Bentley.
It's
right?
like being the master
No,
of nothing
obviously,
when you have them both that way.
Yeah, you can't. You have one or the other. They think their AMGs are cool and fast. Yeah, good luck with that.
Oh my god! Like,
If you have an AMG,
Yeah, good
suck
luck.
it.
Good luck.
but
with that.
also,
Good luck with that. And when that
also,
crap breaks down, good luck with that.
Yeah, good luck fixing it.
I mean, also, you drive a Corolla though.